Imagine for a moment that you could be taught how to heal yourself when you're sick. Now, imagine you could be taught how to heal other people as well, without medicine, without even touching them. Most people would say that's impossible, but there are scores of people here in the Twin Cities who say it is not impossible, it is very real, and it is working for them. They have learned an ancient Chinese art of healing called Qigong. They learned it from a Chinese man who has been teaching Qigong here off and on since 1992. His name is Chunyi Lin.
I am in the universe in my body. The universe and I combine together.
It is a concept as ancient as China itself. In fact, even older than that. The concept of a universal energy that flows through literally everything. The Chinese call it Qi. The belief is that people get sick, both physically and emotionally, when the Qi is blocked and the energy is not flowing freely.
Okay, now close your eyes and just relax yourself. So using my hand to find out the blockage in the body.
Qigong is the art of manipulating that energy through meditation and specific movements.
We combine the energy of the healer and the mind, using the mind together, and pass my Qi into the patient's body through my hand and help him to clear the blockages in the area so that Qi can flow easily in that area and the symptom disappear.
The area that I was talking to Chunyi about opening was the area right between my shoulder blades, and I had just like this knot there. And after he worked on me, that knot was no longer there.
In China, there are literally thousands of different types of Qigong techniques, some very complicated and often kept secret. But after 18 years of study, Chunyi Lin has revised and simplified the teaching of Qigong to a form he says anyone and everyone can learn.
Use your mind to heal the body. Thank you to this universal energy.
And he has taught his technique to scores of Minnesotans at Anoka Ramsey College. Shar Foss has taken one of his classes. She is also the head of nursing at Anoka Ramsey.
I went there to learn about Qigong for healing purposes since I am a nursing instructor. But what I found was that I had some back problems during that time, and it was completely gone when I was through.
The more you focus, the more energy you will have, especially when you purify your energy and you use this energy for good purpose. It will be there.
Each of Chunyi Lin's students I've talked with has told me a similar story about being healed, and often from very serious medical problems.
I had a bleed on my brainstem. The neurosurgeon that I talked to at my clinic was talking about surgery. You never want to operate on the brainstem naturally. I just had a feeling that there was going to be a better way to do this. Or that
That's when a cousin took Sue to be treated by Chunyi Lin.
I went 3 times, and he said the blockage was gone.
And her doctors were amazed with the results.
They could not believe how quickly the symptoms had subsided.
You know, I believe the terms are payable upon receipt.
Gretchen Ventura has suffered from migraine headaches for more than 10 years. She says they would hit her about once a month and last as long as a week. And none of the treatments her doctor prescribed was very effective. 4 months ago, a friend told her about Qigong, and she became a student of Chunyi Lin.
It has virtually eliminated my headaches. I am currently off all medications. I had been on daily medications for many, many years. I'm taking no medication. I'm practicing Qigong once or twice a day, and I feel fantastic.
And you're convinced it's the Qigong?
Absolutely.
You know that I have to heal her eye was bleeding.
But probably the most dramatic story I've heard from any of Chunyi Lin's Qigong students is that of Esther Trejo.
Qigong.
In 1987, Esther contracted a rare lung disease. She had to be connected to oxygen 24 hours a day to survive.
When I would switch one empty tank to the other, and that only took like a couple seconds, I'd be gasping for air. I'm honest.
Ultimately, Esther's doctor told her the only hope was surgery, a lung transplant. She refused. Then in January of 1993, Esther's son heard about Chunyi Lin and his class on something called Chinese breathing, or Qigong. She didn't want to go. She was sure it would not work.
Well, finally he convinced me to go, and I went. I didn't go willingly, believe me. I took a class of Chinese breathing for 8 weeks. At the end of the 8 weeks, I didn't need all the oxygen that I had been maintaining to survive.
In just 8 weeks?
In 8 weeks.
No medicine?
No medicine, just Chinese breathing.
This Chinese breathing, was that Qigong?
Yes, yes, Qigong. So,
what did you think?
What did I think? I was walking on air, you know.
Walking on air and walking without oxygen. She hasn't needed it now for 4 years. And more than that, Esther says Qigong not only gave her back her health, it changed her life.
I think I was a crabby, can I say the word? Crabby SOB.
You can use the letters. You're not now.
No, no. And it's through Qigong.
You think it could make a difference for me?
Oh, it would make a difference for anyone. For anyone.
Many people, when they practice this exercise, they experience the calmness and the peace come back to their life.
So it has a psychological benefit as well as a physical benefit, you're saying?
Both at the same time.
In fact, Chunyi will tell you the psychological benefit and physical benefit cannot be separated, as even Western medicine is beginning to realize the mind and the body are indeed one, and perhaps one with the universe. It is one of those things you have to experience. In the past 10 years, the Chinese have done a number of studies documenting the successes of Qigong treatment. However, the studies are not the kind that Western science, Western medicine recognize. But that's about to change. Dr. Bob Patterson, who is a professor of biomedical engineering and a medical researcher at the U of M, has asked Chunyi Lin to work with him in a study of Qigong. And so has Dr. C. Norman Sheely, who is one of the foremost neurosurgeons in the world. For 30 years, Dr. Sheely has been studying what we now call alternative medicine, things like Qigong. And after documenting the successes that Chunyi Lin has had, Dr. Sheely, too, has asked Mr. Lin to participate in a study of Qigong. And if you'd like to know more about Qigong, here's how you can contact Chunyi Lin. The Qigong technique he has developed and teaches, he calls Spring Forest Qigong. Mr. Lin's number is 422-3329.
It really is fascinating. You know he's going to have calls out the woodwork.
That's exactly what he's hoping.
Oh, yeah.
You have to experience it to
You
start
believe,
to understand.
too.
Believing may come later. I didn't walk in a believer, but it's amazing.
Okay. This is a great story, Gary.
Thank you.
Well, coming to track.